25 and I already feel like I'm behind in life. Let's go back to the beginning. I finished school in 2016 and went straight to college like most people. Some of my friends started apprenticeships where they would start building onto their career, where I was in a course that I didn't really know what I wanted to do after. The course being public services. Had 2 years of that. During this time, I qualified as a lifeguard and did that during my spare time to earn money. We move on to 2018. I finished college and I no longer want to do lifeguarding with the uncertainty of shifts that I would get. And I went into a role in a call center working overnights. Now, at this point, I'm earning okay money for myself. It was fun. I made a few friends and I didn't really do anything else apart from work. Yeah, I pretty much just worked and played Xbox at the time. And I did that for a year of working overnights with basically no social life. Despite having okay money, I still managed to end the month with barely anything saved. Actually, with nothing saved at all. I put myself through driving lessons, saved up for a car, paid mum rent, and by the end of the month, my money was all gone, ready for the next month's payment. From work, I made some great friends during that work time, overnights, but it did kill me. I didn't really have time for anything else. It was 5 shifts on, 2 nights off, or like 5 nights on, 2 nights off for 3 weeks, and then it was 5 nights on, 3 nights off, and that would be the constant, and it just wasn't a good life. 2019, I moved into a company. I moved to a company called Checker Trade. Again, working in a call center doing customer service. Initially, it was quite fun. I made some really good friends, and one of them are still my friends to this day, and he's one of my best friends. Shout out to Tom. And the money was okay there. I managed to save up again, buy myself a PC, PlayStation 5, basically anything that I wanted to like buy and spend my money on I could without worrying. And it was fun for about 3 months. And I was there for a year and a half. It got to the point where COVID hit. Well, yeah, let's go back. During my time working there, COVID hit, meaning I no longer had an office to go into to go see friends and catch up with colleagues. The workload was getting piled up higher and higher, and the company didn't listen to what we wanted. Bear in mind, Checker Trade workers, tradespeople, and for some reason, they're still charging their customers, their tradesmen on their site, £400 to £500 per month, potentially like probably less depending on what trade, but they're getting charged monthly for a service they cannot provide because they cannot leave the home to do work for other people. And my day-to-day work was having a phone call with an angry tradesman asking why they've been charged money when they can't leave their home to do work. And all I could do was apologize. And that was on repeat for 8 hours a day for the whole time through COVID. And my mental health deteriorated to the point where when I tried to clock out of work, I couldn't because the WhatsApp group would go off. I couldn't sleep at night because I was stressing about work the next day. I then basically didn't want to wake up the day after due to work. You are in work the majority of your life and your time is taken away. And if you're hating it, at that point, it was time to just get out. So I did. I quit. And the thing that pushed me over the line, because I would have stayed there, was when I spoke to one of my higher up managers and they knew I was struggling with mental health. And their reply was, maybe it's not the job, maybe it's you. And at that point, I was like, clearly it's not me because I was fine working other jobs and I've never been this bad. So it has to be the job. And that was kind of the final straw when I handed in my notice. I did 1 month left there with no job prepared. And my friend was speaking to me and asking, why don't I look at delivery driving? So I did. I worked for Pizza Hut, worked through there, did part-time work, which covered my bills until my car went to shit. And then I thought, if I'm doing delivery driving, I might as well get a car that I can rely on and want to be in the majority of the time. So then I got a car. Stupid idea. Because that car, absolutely loved the car. Can't like rate it any higher. Volkswagen Scirocco, if anyone like knows anything about cars. The only thing, there was no Apple Play, and there was no like divider for the cup holder that come with it when I bought it, which was really odd. But yeah, we move. Anyway, I was working doing Pizza Hut for a while, but because I couldn't get enough shifts, it was a struggle to maintain payments. or maintain like keeping up with my bills. So then I started doing Uber Eats and Just Eat, finding out that that paid more initially by doing half the hours of Pizza Hut, or I doing essentially doing the same hours as Pizza Hut, but not earning what £11 an hour, but going up to potentially £20 an hour by delivering myself. So I went to that full time and left Pizza Hut. I think I did a total of 8 months, 9 months doing delivery driving before Just Eat dropped their prices, Uber dropped their prices, and again I got back in a struggle of being able to afford payments on bills, cars, and everything. So I went back into a call center. Worked in a call center, and what happened here was I actually really enjoyed the job, and it was quite fun. The friends I made there were really nice. I don't keep in touch with any of them anymore, but lovely lot of people, and I can like recommend a like company hire if you have any health insurance, whatever. But it wasn't what I wanted, so I went into teaching. I got my CELTA qualification during the time working there, and dropped my hours from full time at Healthy Pets to leaving early on a Tuesday and Thursday to make my lessons for my CELTA. My idea was to get qualified and teach part time on the side of this. I got qualified and moved to Thailand. And I remember finishing my course and speaking to a lady that was also on my course. Her name's Sarah. Big shout out to Sarah. She's absolutely helped me so much through my whole journey. And she asked me, why don't I think about going to university? Because I'll have more opportunities to teach elsewhere. Visa wise, requirement wise, if you want to teach in Asia now, you pretty much need to have a degree and a CELTA or TEFL. And without a degree, they can't provide you with a working visa or any sort of kind of work there. So I thought, okay, cool. Let's sign up for university. Signed up to that, and I thought, let's go to Thailand as well. I'm dual nationality, so going to Thailand and working in Thailand were absolutely fine for me. I've got two passports. So I moved to Thailand with my new qualification, and I started teaching in a school. Originally, I taught online, but my classes would be cancelled, and for like ridiculous reasons, one of my students didn't tell me they were going to London. Bear in mind that the guy's from Thailand, and he had a lesson at 2 p.m. When I went to go onto the lesson, he had forgot to inform me that he was in the airport waiting to go to the UK. He had plenty of anyway. Regardless of that, there was a lot of issues that kind of occurred like that. So went and moved into actually working in a school rather than just online, and I loved it. The school was brilliant. I've learned so much. I got pushed into the deep end where I had to teach maths, science, English, sports, and kind of like health and wellness to the students. I taught 11 and 12-year-olds, and some of them were like the characters, and it was just something new would happen every day, and it was a blessing to be there. And I had so much fun teaching, which is why I want to continue it. But I think I can do more creating my own company and help that way rather than in schools. But yeah, I was in that school for about 5, 6 months, and it was amazing. Fast forward to when I leave Thailand, I go back into that call center job that I left. Despite liking the job, I felt like I just shot myself back 15 steps. Not because of, well, yeah, I just didn't progress anywhere. I was back to the beginning essentially, broken and thinking all my friends are now higher up in their jobs. They've progressed their careers. They're like looking to buy a house, saving up for like a fat, like all of the stuff that I thought I would be doing at the age of 23, and yet now I'm back in mum's house after living alone in Thailand and having the best experience, and back in a job which I knew drained the life out of me, despite like how good the company is, how nice the people were. It felt like I had just pulled myself back down to where I'd gotten away from. And that took a hit on my mental health, knowing that I'd have to be there for 6 months before university started. I quit the job, obviously, and I managed to get a job in co-op part-time. Now, the people in co-op truly hate me for this now. My friend Gary is a 30-year-old man, right? Made friends with him in a gym way back years ago. I think like 2019, when I started trying to learn to clean and jerk and a snatch and all CrossFitty stuff as well, and not just the Olympic lifts. And I stayed friends with him for a bit, and I remember bringing it up to him before, if he ever needed anyone to do work, please contact me. I was like straight up about it. I was like, I've got no experience. I've never I have no clue how to fit a window or a door, but I will rock up each day on time and learn. And the day before my first co-op shift, he asked me about working for him, and I said yeah, because it was guaranteed more hours. And I asked him just to make sure I was back on a Thursday for a set time for my shift because co-op, right? I did both jobs for 2 weeks, and then I left co-op without a notice for the fact that the manager was angry and fuming at me, and he just took everything really personal on why I left. The phone call I had with him, it was just an absolute joke. There was no professionalism. But the guy just wasn't being professional about it at all. And I get why you're annoyed, but it's not that. I don't know why you took it personally. It just wasn't that deep. And then yeah, I was working fitting windows for 6 months, which I absolutely loved as well. Another job that I did, and it was just really good fun. It was something new every day, and I learned a lot of skills. Gary was absolutely shocked when I first rocked up. By the way, he asked me to use the drill, and I went, "How?" And he was just like, "You're joking, right?" And I went, "Mate, I've told you I know nothing." So he taught me from basically pretend that you know nothing about any sort of like building work, right? I got taught everything by him, which is a like absolute blessing. Um, if you don't know, my dad passed away when I was 7 years old, so I never got taught all these life experiences that a normal guy would have, such as using a screwdriver, learning how to change a light bulb, like having someone show how to use power drills, like everything that I probably should have learned at a younger age. I didn't until 23 because there was no kind of role model there to show me, and I just didn't really have a need to do any of that. So yeah, that I've learned so many new life skills because of working from Gary, and I'm forever thankful. We move on to my first year of university, and it's really good, but I isolated myself a lot. My days were lectures, assignments, and then probably a bit of gaming. I didn't really socialize much or make an effort to make new friends, which was bad. It meant I missed out a lot during my first year. So we're gonna just fast forward onto my second year now, where I thought, let's actually try and make friends. Move into the flat, and the first thing I did, I made a friend called Ed, who I helped him find where like check in, find your key, back at reception, right? Turns out he was one of my flatmates, and me and him went knocking on doors in our flat, and we gathered like a whole bunch of people to go for a walk and a drink, and it was lovely. And at that point, I'd made some of the closest friends I've ever had in my life just from knocking on doors and asking, "Do you want to go for a drink? And let's just explore." Which was amazing. And I spent a whole lot of time with people in year two. My university course finished, or year two finished in term two. So straight after that, I went to Thailand, and I thought, let's just spend the summer with family, which I normally don't get. So I stayed with my sister. You probably see like previous vlogs about it. I traveled around, I taught English, managed to start getting online clients, and I taught in person as well. And I was loving it. And I had a kind of tough talk with my sister. I turned 25 at that point. So while I was out in Thailand, mum's still helping me with kind of covering food and basically just getting by at university because I haven't got like a real proper clock in job. I teach privately, right? So mum helps me a bit with food. And my sister said to me, she was like, you're old now. You shouldn't be having like mum shouldn't be helping you for anything. You need to like earn your own money, and I fully agree with that. But I had come from basically wanting to off myself working full time in an office to then kind of narrowing down the things that I enjoy to do without actually wanting to off myself. And I didn't go straight into university like my sister did at 18. I took the time to actually figure out what I wanted to do before choosing a degree that related to my field that I want to pursue in the future. So there's a 5 year gap from 18 to 23 before I started university. During those 5 years, I paid rent to mum, I covered my own bills, didn't ask for anything for her. Started university, less of an income because I'm no longer working, and she's supporting me. And my mum's fully happy with supporting me because she did the same for my sister. And I think it was hard for her to wrap her head around that. While she was studying, mum paid for everything for her. Rent, food, bills, utilities, everything was paid for her by mum. But when it come to me, I felt like I was now behind and causing mum stress at 25 because I was like, I need to have my life together now. I need to be earning. Of course I need to earn money, but I shouldn't be in a position where mum's like helping me, and I shouldn't still be at university. I should have my own business. I should have moved out. I should basically everything that all my other friends have done. I was like, why am I not there yet? Why am I still behind? I haven't got the house. I haven't even got near enough money for a house. I'm not looking at moving out. I haven't like got a career that I'm at the moment. I haven't built my way up the fucking career ladder and earning more money. I haven't got a promotion. And I'm looking at all these things of like, why have I not got anything that others have? Not in a way of like jealousy, but why am I behind? I'm questioning. I'm getting upset just talking about this, but I was questioning that everyone's so far ahead of me, and is there something wrong with me for why I'm behind? And I couldn't figure it out. And I'm now in my third year of university feeling the same. I have technically 3 assignments left and I'm done with university. I've got 3 students that I teach online, and mum is still helping me cover food bill. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm 25. All my friends are in relationships. Some are getting engaged. Some have babies. Some have got like a majority of them have their own place or are looking to buy a house, and I'm still studying. I'm just having to remind myself that everyone's on their own timeline, and eventually everything that I'm doing in the background will work. Like, I'm currently working on building a course. I'm currently trying to build up my online teaching students to have private teaching. I want to build up my weightlifting, as in myself, but also coaching. Everything's moving, but it's only just now begun because I didn't start at 18, like, or even 16 for the friends that did apprenticeships. I didn't start building my career at 16 or 18. I'd only just started at essentially 23. And it's hard to kind of look around and see all your friends do well and not question yourself of, why do I feel so behind when everyone else in my age group is doing so well? Yeah, don't know where to end off on this video, but that's my current situation of where I'm at. Currently sat in or laid in bed, behind in life, and unsure on when the progress will come. The work is being put in, and I just think it's just repetition now until the course is out there, the students come in, the advertising goes out, and something will work. It has to. I know the next steps for me are to get my assignments done, and I can then truly only focus on the business. I'm keeping myself up in university so I have my own space for another 2 to 3 months before going home, and during that time I'm hoping to have established some sort of course and build up my online teaching presence, while my online weightlifting presence too. But the only thing I need to think about now is get my dissertation done. Anyway, rant over, and yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I'm probably not going to cut this video. The only thing I'm going to add will be pictures to match what I'm saying, but you get to hear the ramble of my life, and it probably doesn't make sense. Just to clarify, I'm 25 and I've probably had about 15 jobs since the age of 16, leaving a job roughly every 6 months, it worked out as. So yeah, I've now finally figured out what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's taken me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do, because others are now in their career and set to make God knows how much and like progress and move out and thrive and still in university. On that note, I'll see you guys in the next video.